It is January 3rd, 2022, and it's time for another monthly update video in which I'm going to talk about what we've got coming up in January and what you might have missed in December, just in case you want to put that on your radar or go back to it. I also did a end of the year recap video, so I'm not going to talk about the whole year of 2021. You can go to that video, which is linked to below if you would like to learn more about that. So with no further ado, three big things coming up this month. My academic classes begin at least at one of the places that I'm teaching, Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design. And so I'm gearing up for that and shooting some new video content and doing a lot of behind the scenes kind of things. Big thing number two, those of you who have been patiently waiting for new self-directed study videos to come out. I'm going to start doing those again this month with one on Augustine. And big thing number three, if you don't already know about Stoicism Today, Selected Writings, Volume 3, you notice this is a proof copy. That's why it says not for resale. That came out in December, and it's got a lot of really great essays. It's co-edited by me and Leah Goldrick, so you might want to check that out. If you have any interest in Stoicism, you're going to find a lot of really great discussions of it, how-tos, even some controversies in there. So let's talk now about December, and then we will jump into January. So what did December hold? Well, my academic classes, predictably enough, all came to a close. There was a bit of drama at the Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design because the course management system closed completely for the students on the morning of the last day of class. Not an opportune time. Things got worked out eventually, but boy, was that some chaos for a while. I did not teach for Milwaukee Area Technical College, but I did teach a class for Carthage College, and that one came out okay as well. Grades all got in. The students who are taking incompletes are finishing them up as we speak. In December, we also, for Christmas, did something completely different. And when I say we, I mean my wife, Andy, and our cat, Sassy, and we went up to Green Bay because at a gala event, we had bid on some Packers tickets for Christmas, and we actually won. And so we drove up to Green Bay on the 24th, stayed in a hotel, got Sassy situated. Took her a little while to settle in. The first night she actually was up and down, and I had to attend to her about every 2 hours. But all told, it was pretty good. We went to the game. Packers won in a very close game. Lots of fun. Drove down the next day. So that was our Christmas, and we had a very low-key New Year as well. I did, my usual events, my Ask Me Anything session, my public Hegel Q&A session. Scott Trulli and I did a great session for classic metal class. And I also did the political theory and practice discussion. All of those are linked to below if you want to see them. And we got 2 sessions of Wisdom for Life in, also 2 sessions of Drive Time for River West, in which I interviewed some guests, including Sam from Southpaw podcast and Dan from the Recombobulation area here in Milwaukee. As I mentioned, I had classes going on, and I also had a lot of client work in December as well, including some new clients. So I'm, once again quite blessed in that I do zero marketing or promotion, and clients find their way to me for philosophical counseling, tutorials, consulting, and various other things. Video work. I got 3 half-hour Hegel videos done. Not exactly what I wanted, but at least I got those done. And core concept videos, I got to some Foucault videos that I'd been meaning to do for a long time on the subject and power. Finished out the speculative fiction studies with videos about Le Guin's Earthsea books. I know I had stuff on Tahanu this last month, maybe also about The Farthest Shore. There's also a video of an event that I took part in with my friend and collaborator, Harold Kavli, about proiraces, determining proiraces for the second Brazilian Epictetus symposium hosted by Aldo Danucci, and that was quite good. Did some interesting things using the Wombo AI art generator. I did 2 videos, one using my full name, Gregory Brian Ignatius Sadler, and the other one using the title of my senior honors thesis, Isomorphic Truth Self-Referential Statement Groups. And, they produced some interesting art that I commented on. We did Worlds of Speculative Fiction, but it wasn't a session. Instead, it was all about the voting for who's going to be, in the running this coming year. And then I did one Sadler's Honest Reviews on Elliot Rosenstock's The Hyperstate, and it's what is it, The Hyperstate and Its Being, or something like that. I don't have the book right in front of me. Podcast episodes, I did a lot of podcast episodes, and these were for my ethics class on Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics, books 8 and 9 on friendship and relationships in general. And there's a lot of cool stuff in there that I think I'm going to go back to. Then I did a sequence of 3 on Peter Singer and his book, The Most Good That You Can Do, and then finished it up with some stuff from my existentialism class on Søren Kierkegaard's The Present Age. So that was December, and it kind of limped to a halt. And I didn't get as much done as I would have liked, but, I can say that about just about every month. All right, what do we have coming up in January? So the first thing I want to put on your radar is 2 different dates. The 5th and the 19th, those are Wednesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. Central Time. I will be on the air with Drive Time from River West. River West is our community radio station here in Milwaukee, but you can hear it anywhere in the world by going to riverwestradio.com. Link is below, and you can hear me and the co-host discussing the news of the day and also interviewing some very interesting people. On the 8th at noon, I'll be holding my usual AMA, that's Ask Me Anything session. Also on the 8th at 2 p.m. for Patreon supporters, I will be having my philosophy chat session. On the 12th at 5 p.m., that's a Wednesday, we'll have the public Hegel Q&A and discussion session. Then on the 15th, at noon, classic metal class. Scott Terulli and I have got a whole bunch of cool topics lined up in advance that we're going to be talking about and delving into. So you're welcome to join us for that. People can ask questions, make comments, and we respond to them as we're going through it. On the 20th at noon is going to be the first live reading of the month from my book. This is live reading number 18 from Reason Fulfilled by Revelation, the 1930s Christian Philosophy Debates in France. We're still in the Blondel section, so we'll be talking about that quite a bit. I'll read and then we discuss the materials. On the 22nd at 12 p.m., we have the first Worlds of Speculative Fiction session of the season, of the year, you could say, and I will be discussing Stevenson's Anathem, a book that I have been plowing my way through. It's nearly 1,000 pages for quite a while and been putting off for a while. We're going to kick off 2022 with that. And that takes place with a video premiere at noon, and then around 1:30, sometimes 1:40, depending how long the video goes, I'll be having a live session with people doing video conferencing, talking about it. On the 23rd, the next day at noon, we have our political theory and practice discussion. And, given all the discussion that I've been having in comments, some of it productive, some of it very unproductive, about Foucault and power, I think I'm going to actually do something about Foucault and power relations for that discussion. Then on the 27th, we've got two things going on. At noon, we have our live reading, again, from my book, Reason Fulfilled by Revelation. And at 6 p.m., Milwaukee Stoic Fellowship. Anybody is welcome because it's a Zoom session. So if you've got an interest in Stoicism, you can show up. But you do want to, of course, make sure you do some of the Cicero reading that we're going to be discussing. Then finally, on the 29th at noon, I will be doing my self-directed study in philosophy video on Augustine. We'll do a video premiere, which means that you can watch it, be one of the first people to enjoy it. And then I'll be answering questions in live chat about that. What else do we got going on? It's a busy month. Thank goodness we've got 31 days to it, although we've already burned through 2. I got to get my classes up and running because classes open up a week from today for my Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design. I've got a little bit more lead time for the medieval philosophy class that I'm teaching for Carthage because they have a J term, which I'm not teaching in. So February, I've got to be ready for that medieval philosophy class. I got a lot of client work to do. I'm a little bit behind on correspondence. There have been people who have emailed me and I have to get back to them about, philosophical counseling or tutorials or things like that. I'm also leading a reading group on Seneca that meets 4 times. I think it may be past the deadline to sign up for that. It's been advertised on my social media and in other places. That's going to go on the course of this month, not this Monday, but every Monday after this. I'm hoping to do a lot of writing this month as well. And of course, I'm going to be doing things to promote Stoicism Today, Selected Writings, Volume 3. We might have some interviews with authors or some other cool stuff going on, maybe in the blog, maybe in my video channel, maybe in other venues. And then video work. So obviously, Half Hour Hegel, we're now in the Revealed Religion section. I'd like to keep making some headway there. I'd like to get my 6 videos for the month done. I'd like to get some Sadler's Honest Reviews done. So far, I've been getting 1 a month. I'd like to jack that up to about 4 a month so I can start getting caught up on things. Core concept videos. I've got 1 more Foucault video to release, and then I've got to start shooting core concept videos for my medieval philosophy class. So that means some cool new stuff on Augustine and Boethius. I don't know if the Boethius will be released by the end of the month, but I'll certainly be shooting it this month. I've also got to release some of the Le Guin Earthsea stuff that I didn't get to. There's actually 2 whole books yet to release. So this month I will be releasing videos on Tales from Earthsea. And then, I'll do some more of the Wombo AI stuff. There'll be videos from the events and sessions that I'm doing. And I'll do some more Sadler Stories videos, most likely. I've got some things to reminisce about that some of you may be interested in, and we'll see what other kinds of videos I want to shoot. Podcast, I'm still releasing stuff on Kierkegaard that I produced for my existentialism class. I've got to do some stuff on Nietzsche's genealogy, taking the videos that I produced a while back and converting them to podcast episodes, taking out all the ums and ahs and things like that. And then you might see some Augustine podcast episodes come out as well. And that's pretty much taking us up to the end. So I hope that you're having a good beginning of the new year. I mean, nobody knows what's going to happen with Omicron and, all the stuff that, dislocations economically and things like that we're facing. But hopefully we can still have a decent year and learn a lot of stuff and engage in some good discussions. And I hope to see you at some of these online events. And, maybe someday we'll be back to face-to-face events, which would be kind of nice and kind of cool, wouldn't it? So that's it from me. And Happy New Year to all of you.